Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to today's message. I thought I would just pull a few cards. It's late here, so it's like 20 past 9 Friday evening here in the UK, and it's the first day of autumn or the fall, however you want to call it. And yeah, beginning of a new season. And I was tapping into collective energies earlier, and I've got to say, it kind of floored me. So I've had a really tired day and I felt like everything just started late. So I work for myself, so I kind of create my own day, but everything, it was like a really slow start. Even getting dressed out of PJs and getting moving felt very slow today. And everything kind of just went slowly, and I let myself just go very slow. And then later in the day, just kind of picked up, and I ended up doing a big cleanup and sorting things out and getting myself organized. But I was tapping into the energies, and there's so much coming up. So probably be a quickie live stream today, because I've pulled just a few cards, just tuning into the energies, and I'm going to channel through some whatever comes through. But just an invitation to you, really, for this one, just to take a breath, check in with yourself, see how you're doing, because there is a lot. If you're feeling a lot of things at the moment, you're not going crazy. A lot of people judge themselves for when things come up. So I just want to share with you, if you're receiving these words, there's nothing going wrong with you. There's just a lot going on. Now, I don't really follow. I like looking at moon cycles and things, but I'm not an astrologist and I don't have the knowledge. But there's a lot of retrograde energy, and I know that there's like a kind of divide between people that say, "Oh my God, retrograde," and this is bullshit, we don't need to follow it. But I want to just kind of acknowledge that I never really follow that. I never kind of use that as reasons not to do things or to hold myself back, because I'm a big believer in you create your own reality. But there's definitely, and I'm sure there's astrologers out there that would explain this perfectly, but there's definitely some wacky energies going on at the moment. And I know there's like a lot of planets apparently in retrograde, whatever that actually means. So there's a lot of reviewing, refreshing, renewing, restoring, all of those RE words. So you might be feeling like slower than usual or a bit clunky, or you might be having some of those feelings that, oh, holy crap, I thought I dealt with that. And here it is again. I've definitely had, hey, Shah, I've definitely had some stuff coming up. Like, I thought I dealt with this. I thought I've healed this. I thought I've expanded out of this, right? And it's just coming up as another layer of soul growth, right? That's what we're here for. But it can be frustrating sometimes. So I just want to send you a lot of love and just say that you're not alone. And I've been, interacting with people in messengers and emails and things, and picking up on what a lot of people are feeling. Yeah, so much stuff for you, yeah, as well. So I just wanted to share that, like, a lot of people behind closed doors are going through a lot of emotional stuff. There's a lot of change happening, a lot of growth. People are being pulled out of the old, and sometimes we're not quite ready to go into the new. So we kind of, sometimes we feel like we're stuck. Hi, Emma. Hi, Emma. Just talking about like changes and stuckness and fears, and fears as well, yeah, coming up. So sometimes we're being yanked out of our old lives, but we're not fully like, you know, fine about going into the next level or the next layer, and we can feel a little bit stuck, right? So it's, so whatever, just let's just give permission to whatever comes up, like whatever emotion you're experiencing, make it okay. Whatever you're doing or not doing, holding yourself back, even if you're limiting yourself right now, even if you're not taking the action that you said you would do, etc., like, just be really feel attacked, yeah, okay, because there's so much going on, right? So that's the message. So I've just pulled 4 cards. I'll just whiz through them. And by the way, if anybody's here, if you'd like a card, I'm in the mood now. I was going to do a very quick, this is going to be a quick live stream because I'm feeling really tired now. But yeah, while you're here, just pop a little comment below if you'd like me to just channel through a message for you. I'm more than happy to do it. So good evening, Darren, Emma, and Shah. Yes, yeah, glad you're not, I'm glad I'm not alone. You're saying good, I'm glad, because you're, yeah, sometimes we feel like that when we're in the space of our own homes. I've had moments this week where I've really I'll tell you, today I've had moments where I felt really mad. My phone is charged, Darren. Yes. No, I'm not on my phone. It's never charged. It's charging now. So I thought I'd come on here and do it. Um, but I've had moments where I felt magical and like really excited and expansive. And oh my God, I'm like, my frequency is so high. And then an hour later, it's like I'm crashing back down and I'm feeling everything. And like I did sit with myself today going, okay, you're not schizophrenic. You're just going through some energy shifts. So I wanted to just share that with you because I know I'm not the only one and you are not the only one. Okay, so we're in good company. It is okay. So I'll just share these quick messages and then, yeah, I'll absolutely, yeah, I know all your shit, Emma. Some of it. Yeah, we'll pull a message for you and, yeah, Shah and anyone else. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so first one I got here, I just shuffled before I came on live just to save time, is ask your soul. Ask your soul. And I know I talk about the soul all the time, but ask your soul. Do you ever actually ask the question? So this is just straight direct guidance to really get into the habit of literally just sitting down and asking, having a conversation with your soul. Because a lot of people say, I know I'm a soul. I know I'm here in a like a physical form, but I don't connect. And the way I've done it is it's like striking up a conversation with your old friend. You pick up the phone and then you start to communicate and then you start to pick up where you left off. And it's like those 3 years have never happened, right? The same with our soul. So if you don't do any practices, just to sort of remind yourself that you just get to ask your soul. And literally, I say, soul, how can I expand today? It's one of my journaling prompts. I just write down, soul, how can I expand today? Soul, what do I need to know today? Like, have you ever asked yourself that question? It's a very simple question, but the power that comes from it when you start to practice listening. So, soul, what do I need to know? What do I need to understand? Sometimes when I'm stuck, I'm like, soul, what do I need to understand today? What do I need to remember today? And I just journal it out. Sometimes I just reflect, but when I write it out, I notice that I get another kind of level of an answer. So yeah, you needed that reminder. Good, good. Darren, I've been looking at the sky so much lately, clouds, patterns, etc. Something is keeping me looking at the sky now. Well, that does not surprise me. Yeah, let me just see. Yeah, you're being activated, you're being pulled into the direction for you to focus. Yeah, let me know. I don't want to I could just sort of channel, just I need your permission. So just pop, if you want me to channel, I will. If not, that's fine. Because obviously we're public, you may not want me to. But let me know if you want me to channel something through for you. Yeah, so soul, ask your soul. Remembrance was the next one. So off the back of that is what we're going through right now is a remembrance. We're not having to learn new gifts, new talents. You got tingles, go for it. Okay, I will do. I've been dying to channel for you. Okay. Yeah, we're going through a remembrance. So message is that we're not, I just want like you to breathe this because there are light codes in these cards. Oh. So just breathe that in. And the message is that we're going through a remembrance. You're not trying to be anything other than who you truly are. So by receiving these words, by receiving this card, all of you tuning in now and on the replay, it's just a reminder to you. You're remembering who you really are. You're remembering why you came here. You're remembering that you came to walk the earth plane, anchoring in the energy that you are, because each and every one of you listening to this, you are of a higher consciousness. We know we share this message with you a lot, but it is worth repeating. You are of a higher consciousness. And so this is for you to start to remember and start to see yourself in this light. So just as you walk around in your human forms, see if you can remember that you are more. You don't have to remember, you don't have to know where you came from and exactly what it looks like. Like I know that I have origin with the Arcturians, and many of you do, because this is why you're connected with me as well, and other star systems. But I don't need to know exactly what it's like. I sometimes get a feeling of it, but it's just a remembrance of that we are more than the human, and starting to walk around with that knowing. it will just shift your day. It will shift how you start to relate to the shit that's happening around you, the shit that you're reading in the papers, if you're reading them, or online, and all the craziness of the world right now, right? There's so much of it. It will just help you remember. And another message that wants to come through is, when you are someone who is aware of the world's unfoldings and what's going on, and you get frustrated with the fact that you're surrounded by people who don't see it, who don't get it, will they ever see it? Know that you are here to walk amongst the people who know it first. So there's a reason that you have an awareness when other people don't, because you're a pioneer. So imagine, it's easy to come into a world where everybody knows it. What we've done is we've chosen to come into a world knowing certain things about this world in whichever area we are aware of, to walk ahead of others. So some of you who get really frustrated, just know that it's because you're meant to go first. It's the same as getting frustrated at a small child. As the adult, you can feel frustrated, and even if you're a parent or an uncle or an aunt or whatever, we can get frustrated with children when they just mess stuff up, or they don't do it the way that we would want them to, right? But then if we step back and know where the grown up, they are at the developmental stage that they are. If they've just spilt the drink on the new rug, it's bloody annoying, but we understand they're just at the level. So I'm not saying that in a patronizing way about people, but I'm trying to say, and they're trying to share, that where if we can get that kind of parenting role a bit more, I try and practice this myself, so that we're not getting annoyed by the speed of people waking up and understanding, because these shifts are just going to roll out through our lifetime. We're going to see lots of changes. So it's just remembering and stepping into our power. And then the last two to help us do all of this is, was it nourish? A lot of us are needing this one right now. Nourish yourself in whatever ways you know that you need. Sometimes it's basics, sometimes it's get more sleep, make sure you're eating, make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're tuning off. Don't be scrolling on Facebook at 3 a.m. If you can help it. Nourish yourself, nourish your mind with what you're feeding yourself, with what you're listening to. Really nourish, like put in fuel into yourself to really help support, exactly as you would with a car. Like they're saying a lot of humans spend a lot of time on their cars and not so much on themselves. So nourish. And then the final one is create space. Create space for yourself right now. There is so much energy coming through. My goodness, we need space. Like, I'm finding that I have slowed everything down this week, because I'm really productive. I like doing things, but I found that this week I've just been called to slow it down, like really slow it down. And just take one step at a time, and allow those downloads, inspiration, little whispers, nudges, all these things that are surrounding all of us at the moment. If we create the space, we can receive a lot easier. Okay, so I'll do little messages for each of you here who's with me. Love the Nourish card, Emma. Good. Yeah, I love that one. So Darren, I've not taken my phone into my bedroom for months and sleep so much better now. Doesn't it make a difference? Yeah, we don't. Me and Michael never do. It's like we don't have any devices in the bedroom. We switch the Wi-Fi off at night because I think it's probably not doing us any good, right? So we always have it off at night. We never have phones in the bedroom. I stopped that a while ago because, I used to be, years ago, I would literally wake up, like a lot of people do, wake up and just open my eyes, grab my phone. My phone would have been my alarm. And then I would have scrolled. Oh my God, that used to do my head in. So I just haven't done that in a few years. So I'm so glad. Yeah. And don't you sleep better? You don't have the Wi-Fi interfering with your brain. We don't need that. So good. That is brilliant. Okay. So we'll do a few messages. Let's see. Okay, so Emma, I'll just see if we want to do cards. I think we're just going to do straight channeling. Okay. All right. So for Emma then. So just a quick thing before I channel. I think I've channeled for all of you apart from Darren before. And if you're tuning into the replay, if you're curious about channeling and you want to get in on any of these in the future, feel free. The way that I channel, it's whatever comes through. comes through. They are aware that this is a public forum, so they're not going to kind of go into something like deeply, deeply personal. So the whole internet knows. So they are aware of that. So the messages are done enough that you can receive the message, but obviously they're a little more generalized. So yeah, we're aware of privacy. This because obviously we're on Facebook and whoever can tune in. So just so you can relax about that if you are curious. And of course, if you want to go, if you ever want a private session with me, I do laser focused channel sessions, which are really potent. So you can just check that out on my website, theawakerevolution.com. Ways to work with me. I have a page on there and you'll find laser focused channel sessions. So I always, yeah, you can book private if you want to go in nice and deep. We can dive into that. So you're happy to be public. Okay. Well, you've said it now. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's do, we'll do Emma. Okay. So Emma, with all the things that you're moving through right now, let's see what the message is. Hold on. I'll take a breath as well. Mm. Yeah, so okay, they want to share with you that you already know about grounding. So you already know about grounding and safety. Allow yourself to be excited about the possibilities. So sometimes when you are going through huge change, it's normal for you to almost show me you're looking like over the cliff edge and you're looking down and there's like you're at this massive height and it's scary as hell. So they're saying allow yourself to be excited. So sometimes if you do that, you can tip into fear really easily and everything starts to unearth and there's no roots and it feels really scary. But they're saying because you are so aligned, you're moving through your changes right now. They're very aligned for you. These are not pieces that you've just pulled out of thin air and you're running on a whim with. These are pieces that are deeply aligned. These are things that have been stirring within you for a very long time. So these are the most expansive ways for you to move forward, the ones that you've identified. So if you can also, alongside your grounding and your safety and your breathing and all the things you know, they're saying allow yourself to actually tip over into excitement. Allow yourself to tip over into what if this is the most spectacular, amazing thing? What if everything works out even better than I imagined? And starting to really, because it's like saying it's sometimes you've just got the door closed and it's so natural, it's just a fear thing because it's big changes you're going through. So just like opening the door like gently but to magic and excitement. You don't have to get yourself hyped up, but they're saying imagine the best case scenario. Just keep imagining it. And as you imagine it, what it does is it allows you to play in the field of possibility. And then you're in the comfort of your home where you are, where you're familiar and comfortable right now. But you start to imagine these next steps and how amazing it could be. And what you're doing is you can anchor in that energy and it will help you align with that. So when you actually come to move, it's like you've rehearsed it so much. Of course, it's easy. Of course, you're going to move down that. And then you find that your doubt and your fear will start to subside. All right. So that's just another kind of spin they're saying on what you're already doing. Keep doing all the grounding because that still applies. But that will help you really allow yourself. You're doing incredible things, magical, expansive things. So go for it. But allow your mind to almost allow your mind to catch up with your soul. There you go. Allow your mind to catch up with your soul. Okay. So let me know how that feels because big expansive energies for you. I can feel that. I can feel that. They're giving you the nod. Like these are so aligned. They're so aligned for you. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. And then we've got Shah. And then we'll do Darren. So help with decisions you need to make. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have to take a moment sometimes because the energies are so. Let's remind ourselves these beautiful beings, the Arcturian High Council. They're so high frequency. So I go pink, and it's yeah, they come flowing through. So I just need to take a moment. You are very welcome, Emma. You are very welcome. Yes, to allowing your mind to catch up with your soul. Yeah. Darren, do me. Okay. Right, I'll just do Shah and then I'll come to you, Darren. Okay, so All right, Shah. So help with decisions you need to make. Okay, let's see. Okay, so they're saying straight away courage, tapping into courage. So this is not about tapping into your pros and cons or weighing it up in your mind. This is about dropping out of that, flowing deeper and tapping into courage. And this, they want you to know you have an abundance of courage inside of you. You have so much courage. It's just activating you, just activating your courage in this moment, exercising your faith muscle. So courage for you is coming in to surround you when you are making decisions and moves in life that feel really scary. They feel really big, maybe accompanied with some guilt and some doubt. So tapping into courage, tapping into faith. And I want to remind you about faith is when you decide that something is right for you, having faith that all the pieces, they're just showing me like as if it's a jigsaw, all the pieces, having faith that the pieces will somehow just click in. Yeah, it's like you've got at the moment like a scrambled jigsaw puzzle. So it's kind of feeling really unclear, unsteady, scary. Can I even do it? How does this even work? How would I even possibly go about what, I don't know what it is, this whatever it is for you. Um, so just if you just choose to have faith, and even if you can't see how the pieces go together, having faith that things will just click, because the first step is the most important. Is you taking the step and you making the decision in the first place. Really, and in the decision making process, encouraging you to really follow your heart, really follow your heart, releasing everything and anything that is going to pull you out. So releasing the worry about anyone else, the impact on them, how they will react, how they will respond. What will it do around this person? What will it do around this person? Release all of that. We want to remind you in this moment that you are not responsible for any of these pieces, even though you feel that you are. You are not going to be the cause of anyone's downfall. Each person, adult and child, is on their own path. They are surrounded by their divine team. It isn't all for you to fix and manage. So, in the decision making, really following your heart, trusting that your heart and your soul is guiding you towards some new territories for you. And they want to just let you know that you are deserving. You are deserving of the best that life has to offer. You are deserving of positive energies around you. It's quite an emotional thing. I can feel, yeah. Yeah, trusting and knowing that you will be supported. Okay, so just breathing gently through all of that. Oh, I can feel that. Yeah, so I send you so much love. Yeah, whew, that's a big one. Big one. So many people are going through huge change at the moment, and it's going to continue because we're being, as I said earlier, we're being yanked out of the way that we were, the way that we used to live, the people that we connected with, the relationships that we were in, the friendships, the food that we were eating, the ways that we were waking up, the way that we're looking at the world. All these pieces are shifting and shifting and shifting, and the world is continuing to shift. So of course we're going to be shifted and changed, and that requires decisions, right? Hard decisions sometimes. So they're just surrounding you with so much love on that. And any of you, as I'm sharing these messages, by the way, if they resonate with any of you in whatever capacity, these are for you as well, because the way that we channel is that it lands on, more than the person who's asked the question. Okay, does it make sense? Yeah, very emotional. I could feel it. I could feel it in my heart. I could feel it in my throat. It's like throat chakra stuff, being able to speak and express what is right for you. But you're getting like the green light to just trust and not worry. It's tough. It's tough. Life is not an easy thing sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. You're growing and you're moving through it. Okay. Good. Oh, good. So Darren, I'm in happy limbo after. Yeah, so Darren, you're like in the aftermath. So I love this. It's like we've got Shah going through like big like emotional stuff, right? And then we've got Emma that's like made some decisions and you're kind of in the transition, like holy shit, what am I doing? And then we've got Darren in the happy limbo, like you've done the stress and the change, and now you're like, I love this, like three of you like at these different it's like a perfect message today in one live stream. So Darren's in the happy limbo. He's gone through his stress. He's gone through massive change because you really have. You've changed your whole life, right? In the last 2 years. Emma's excited for Darren. Yes, exactly. So good. So, all right. So you're in this like other energy. Okay, this is great. All right. So yeah, and Shah, me too. I want to be there. Okay. So you're all just on different, same thread. It's just different parts of the journey, right? And we all go through these parts. So I love how this is just demonstrated. It's brilliant. Okay, so Darren, let's see what they want to share with you. Okay, so to show me like colorful. You are you're in the space of expansion. So everything changed. I'm looking forward to my next level. Yeah. So you are in a very colorful space of expansion. You've laid the groundwork. So they want to just congratulate you. You've laid the groundwork. You've gone through the difficulty, the challenge, the uproot. We want to commend you for the bravery that you've had of making these decisions, of following your own heart, your own soul's guidance, and you have taken steps to really shift and change. So they just want to like acknowledge that and congratulate you on that. So now for the next round, let's see what they want to share with you. Yeah, so stepping in now for you to step into a very limitless place. Your mind is an incredibly powerful, potent force, and so it doesn't take very much for you to be able to create and manifest what it is that you're wanting. Sometimes it's just you may not have coming in really fast. Hold on, slow down. Okay, so sometimes you don't always have the clarity necessarily, and then you go back up in your head to try and figure it out. So they're just encouraging you to drop out of the head, get into your body and get into this playful, utilize the energies that you're in right now, get into this playful, excited, like being a little kid again. What would light you up? Where would you like to go? What would you like to experience? And start to really daydream, visualize, like really go there, and just be aware of when you do that, the logical mind sometimes comes in and starts saying, but how would I do that? Or that's not possible. Allow yourself to get as crazy and big. Go big, and go bigger is your guidance. You're not here to play small. You're here to be very expansive. It's like they're showing me expansive energy. Let's see. Okay, and they're going straight into it. Understand yourself as a multifaceted, multidimensional being. Understand you're already on this path, but they want to just crack open right now for you, cracking it open right now in this moment to lift off any like the old veil of like cloudiness that's still keeping you grounded into, I'm just a man, I'm just this bloke energy. Cracking that open and pouring this remembrance into you right now that you are a multi-dimensional being. All of you are. This one is directed at you, Darren, because you specifically are ready to receive it right now, and you asked the question and you're here. So they want you to really understand that you're a multi-dimensional being. You've had many incarnations in different star systems. You're looking up at the stars and the sky because it's just familiar to you. It's where you resonate with. It's like you're being called home. You're still here on the planet, but you're being called home. Your soul is being sparked and activated. Yeah. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Hiding as usual. Need to open up. Yeah. So they show me like two versions. You've got you, like you who you were. It's a bit like it's not unlike like Michael's journey. He's like he's done this kind of work, right? Real kind of high level work, but still very logical and like very grounded, right? So you're very, very like details and all of that stuff, serious work, right? So you it's like that's the version of you, but then there's this other version of you that's the higher level version of you. You get to integrate everything that you've done, but you're very expansive and you're yet to step into that. There are lots of things that you want to do that you haven't yet given yourself permission to do. So they're saying it's just a journey, not to rush it all now, but just to give yourself, you might want to rewind this and play it back. They recommend you just like, where this live stream is, just play this back so you can hear the message again. um, and you're very expansive and you're not here to have an ordinary life, of course not. um, yeah, they're just saying kind of step into your greatness, step into your greatness. There's much more to you, and you do know this, it's just we hold us we kind of doubt, we go through a bit of a am I just being too full of it or ahead of myself? No, you're not. You're here for very big things. So allow yourself to, and notice what lights you up. Notice what subjects, topics, themes excite you and expand you. Don't box yourself in and allow, because your soul, go back to this, like ask your soul, literally start asking this question. That will really help open it up even more. Exciting. I love it. I love it. I'm so pleased. So I love that because it's, yeah, literally three of you have just kind of given an example of where a lot of people are, like in one of these three general places, right, in life. And we can spiral around as well. So I'm always kind of going through these these processes each time, each new up level, we'll go back into, holy crap, can I even decide that? Can I even allow myself? And then it's like, okay, I think I can. I'm going to go for it. Holy shit, I'm scared of these massive changes. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can trust myself. And then when we do go through the changes, it's okay, I'm in this expansive thing. Now what? Can I trust like the next step? So we're like continuously cycling around these. So it's a really exciting time, such an amazing time because we're continuously shifting, right? And there are no limits. Like I tell you, most of you know this, but my life is just it's like it's so different to the way I lived it. So that's why I fully believe in transformation. I fully believe that wherever you are right now, your life could be significantly transformed 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, definitely 5 years from now, right? I really believe that because I feel like I've had lots of lives in this lifetime, and I'm sure a lot of you feel this as well. But it's, for anyone that feels like, oh, I'm a bit stuck or stagnant, that's just, it's how it feels. It's how it feels, but it doesn't mean that that is the truth. It doesn't mean that's your reality, you know? Your book explains everything so easily. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, because I try to put the journey in there, right, which is a hard thing to do. But it's about my journey, but it's really about you. It's about how you get the same. Like you can be unrecognizable. We even start to look different. It's incredible. Like we start to look different. We start to sound different. When we shift our energy, we can start to kind of expand into these next level versions of ourselves. Like honestly, you look on my Facebook page, right, or my YouTube channel, and you go back to the very first like early videos. I leave them all up there, even though they're a bit like funny to look at, a bit cringy sometimes. But I honor them as well because if I look back, I sound different. My voice, it's still me. My message is still like similar, but the voice, the resonance in my voice is different. The way I talk, the way my confidence, I suppose, being online is different. It's like a different version of me. And I bet if I do, 5 years from now, there might be some changes. Then they probably will. So you can start to look different, sound different, the energy runs through you differently. So of course then your relationships are going to be different, your friendships, the work that you do in the world, most likely, unless you happen to love it, is going to shift in some way. The food that you eat, the stuff that you connect with, the types of information that you tap into, it's all going to change. And it really is so, like, wherever you are, you could go through the most magnificent transformation. This is why I do the work I do. I fully believe, I don't care how stuck someone is. I've worked with people who've been on the brink of suicide. which is not talked about enough, right? People that really feel like they're on the way out, and I understand that. I understand that. But their lives transform. Absolutely. Totally resonates. Good. Since I separated with my ex, I feel like I look younger. Yeah, it's because you've, separated from an energy, like love to that person, but you've separated and you've decided that you can't be in that dynamic for your own reasons, but then you're in your own energy, so you're gonna shift. Yeah. You look fantastic, right? You're gonna feel different. One of the hardest things is being in a relationship. Think of all the life things, is being in a relationship um, when it doesn't resonate, when you're having to force yourself. Oh God, I've been there. It's exhausting, right? So it's like when you free yourself of that, and when you only connect with people who really are on the same level as you can just breathe. It's amazing. Um, I felt like the book was half the length it was. Yeah, so easy to read. It made me feel, cry, and think. I love that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's exactly what I wanted. I know I said it to you before, but yeah, because it was like, it's a chunky book, right? And I was like, oh my God, it's like, people finish it. That was my fear, actually. But what I'm getting a lot of is people saying that they couldn't put it down, or they kind of got through it quickly, which I'm so pleased about. And Shah as well. I couldn't put it down. Oh, thank you. Thank you, both of you. Yeah, because I wanted people to feel something from it. And it is an activating book as well. So I didn't feel heard or desired in my last relationship. Now I feel like I'm reclaiming everything I'd almost forgotten. I love that. I love that. I think we all know how that feels. Like that feeling, right, of like, it's the same as, it could be even not in a relationship. It could be you're doing this in your job. You're boxing yourself in, like I did. I boxed myself into the lawyer role. I was really good at it and I loved it for a while, until I was expanding out of it, and then I was like in this box and I couldn't breathe because I was trying to be like this version, and then you just reclaim who you are, right? So I love that. Like, you're reclaiming everything you'd almost forgotten. And that's why, and that's also why we go through some of this stuff. um, I always believe that, we do go through things for reasons. It's not just meaningless. And I know it sort of sounds like a cliche sometimes, but I really believe that things that we go through are for soul growth purposes. It does not mean we need to stay there. That's another myth, I think. Like, we can say no and we can move out of it. But I think when we go through things, it really, really, like, we learn through opposites. So how many times have we heard the story, right? People born into a very difficult family, and they're the black sheep of their family, right? They're the ones that know about compassion and love and patience and all of that. But they're born into the exact opposite families. So sometimes we have relationships that come in and they they pull us away from who we are. There's a beautiful soul contract going on between all of us when we're in those relationships, right? But it's to bring us back to who we were. I went through my experience before, like years ago when I was young, and it eroded everything about myself. Why? So that I could find my way back. Wouldn't have been as powerful if I'd have just come in. How inspirational is this? I was born, I came into an amazing family. We had a lovely life, and I had a lovely relationship growing up, and everything was wonderful. I got everything I wanted. I had no struggles, and here I am. That's not how we grow. So we roll our sleeves up and we say, bring us the challenge. Bring us the challenge, and we'll rise to it. We'll rise to the occasion. And that's what we're doing. And everybody I connect with, that's what you're doing as well. So I feel that. I feel that so strongly, and I'm so glad that you're in that process, because you could have just stayed. You could have easily just have stayed. And that wouldn't have been wrong. It wouldn't have been wrong. It's a choice. There are no rights or wrongs, but is that your highest level version? No. So you had courage, and you did it. Darren, I had it on my Kindle, and it took a few days to finish. Yeah, normally takes me weeks to read half the length. That just never gets old to hear feedback about that. It's so in my heart. The book is so in my heart. So I'm just so grateful. Thank you. So everything's a lesson or a blessing. Sometimes both. Yep. So you were so easy and relaxing to listen to. Why, thank you. I try. Bring on the challenge. Yes. So On that note, we will rise to the occasion and we'll remember that. Yeah, this one, right? Remembrance. This is the theme, remembrance, remembering. If you remember in your hardest moments, or even just like, I don't know what moments, right? If you just remember, remember that you came here with so much wisdom, and you also came here. One of the things I always love to remind people of, you're an accumulation of all the lifetimes you've had, right? I think this idea of, oh, this, are past lives even a thing? Like, let's just like blow that, like, of course, let's just blow that off out of the water. Like that should now be mainstream. This should now be collective basic knowledge that we've had many lifetimes before. Of course we have. It's not new. That's my intention, right? To spread that. So on that basis, you've had so many lifetimes. You're an accumulation of not just what you've learned in this lifetime, which is loads of stuff, all the things. So just imagine there are loads of lessons, and this might be something for you to ponder on. There are loads of lessons that you already have banked that you don't need to learn. Like I think I've learned, I'll just speak for myself, I've learned that killing people, not the best thing. Now, I bet I haven't learnt that in this lesson, in this lifetime. I came in knowing that, right? But I bet in previous lifetimes I had to learn that somewhere. We've had thousands of lives, so somewhere along the lines I've probably done a lot of things. So I've learnt that somewhere along in a lifetime. I've learnt that, and I've brought that in to the next life, to the next life, to the next life. So some things are just obvious. Like, I'm not going to do that in this lifetime, unless it's self-defense. That's another thing. But I'm not going to seek it out, right? So there are things that you have already banked. You don't need to learn. Like, some people just don't struggle with money. It's not a thing. It's never been a thing. It's not a lesson for them. It's not relevant to their lives. Other people have a struggle with that because it's a relevant thing to their lifetime. So sometimes we have struggles in relationships or purpose or health or our bodies or something, right? So we have so much wisdom that we get to bring in. So remember that you're not starting from scratch here. You've got so much, so many things. So ask your soul, keep asking your soul every day. Soul, what do I need to know? What do I need to understand? What do I need to remember? Those are my three that I usually journal on. Just a quick, or if in the shower, I'm like, all right, what do I need to know? What do I need to remember? So give Mike a hug from me, please. Not seen you guys for ages. I will give him a hug from you. Yes, and we'll have to arrange something. Yeah, it would be really fun to meet up. Emma, I had a past life regression last Saturday. Oh, that's very recent. Mind blown. I love it. I love it. I've been, just quickly on that subject, I've because I do hypnotherapy. I haven't, again, there's so many things I don't talk about and share, but hypnotherapy, I've like kind of trained in that quite a few years ago. But what has always called me was regression, like life between lives regression. So it's where you, because I talk about this a lot, it's like where it's like after, say, after your previous lifetime and before you choose this one, we choose our current lifetime. We always have like a review, and we choose very, very clear reasons as to why we choose our families, our relationships, our bodies, our experiences, certain experiences. So when we understand some of that, it can really help ease suffering and challenge. So I'm feeling the call to kind of dive into that. And I've been told through my channel that I'm going to be expanding some of what I do. So that's just that you've brought that up. It resonates, yeah, because it's mind blowing, right? It's very powerful. Because if we understand ourselves as multidimensional beings, it means we understand ourselves as having had previous lifetimes, right? It's incredible. You feel so much calmer now, Shah. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love that. I feel like I'm more connected. I feel like I know that place. Yeah. Because we spend a lot of time there. We spend a lot of time in that in-between place. So I'm gonna dive into that, I think. And with the my channel and my guides, I've been pulled. It's funny how, yeah, it's like that's pulling me and it's starting to come into something I'm going to expand into. So I will share more on that when it comes through. Yeah, you're there in your dreams a lot. There is so much activity happening in the dream state. We are astral traveling. We are no accidents. Yeah, we're astral traveling. We are doing all sorts of things in our dream state. I want to write a book on it, like a fiction. It'd be fiction, but it's expansive. I have so many ideas. Okay. My mum and dad were amazing, and I'm so glad I had a great family. That's incredible. Yeah. So that's an example. Like that wasn't something that you needed to experience in this lifetime. You just had like this great family. I love that. I love hearing that because we don't hear that enough. So I love that you had a great family. So that's not something that it didn't need your attention in this lifetime, right? That's a great example. Yeah, your adult life is the challenge. Exactly. So your challenge is going to come now. And you had that grounding. So that wasn't you didn't need to learn the lessons. So you didn't need to even experience much in that department other than good feelings. So that is great. I love to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to go on this Friday night. I'm going to go and relax. I'll go and give Mike a hug from you right now. I will. I'll go and tell him. Yeah, so I send you so much love here. Thank you for joining me. And any of you watching the replay as well, feel free to just say hello and drop comments. I love sharing this with you as well. So we shall keep moving forwards, and we'll see what is the next steps. It's exciting. Our lives could be so different a year from now, right? All of us here right now in this space, our lives could be so different a year from now. I'm so excited. Right. Lots of love to all of you. Have a lovely weekend, and I'm going to be here again tomorrow, probably with a quick live stream. Because I don't know, it's like day 4. It's like I've done 4 days. I'm really proud of myself. Usually I want to hide by now, and I'm feeling really good. So we'll see. Thank you, beautiful creature. I like being called beautiful creature. Thank you. Big love to you as well. Okay, right. I will take care, and yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. See you then. Bye.